Hey every pony, Weird Alicorn is back, and I'm going to be reading more of Close Bonds today. We haven't read this in a while, or rather I haven't read this in a while. I've been doing some other projects, some musical projects, which you can find on my channel. I've done a cover, and I'm probably going to do some more covers coming up over Christmas holidays and such. And the other project I was working on was with Next Door Brony News podcast. You can find that on my channel. It should probably be the video right before this one. In release date, I mean. It should be released right before this. And check it out, because no, it's not just me on that, it's a bunch of other bronies. You can all get to know us, we can get to know you guys, and we can help get the podcast to grow and get more people to recognize us, because that's the only way it's going to be any fun for us. So enough of self-promoting right there. Why don't we get on right to reading more Close Bonds. If you guys remember correctly last time, I'm pretty sure I did some horrible singing, which right now I'm just regretting putting that up because it was so bad. But yeah, I think I left off where I was singing Freebird. So I'm going to finish up just the last half of this chapter 7, and then I'm probably going to read chapter 8 because chapter 8 looks really short. So I'm just going to have this like a 2-chapter episode, or yeah, reading episode, whatever you want to call these. Yeah, so basically I'm just going to start reading from where I left off, singing Freebird, and basically Rainbow Dash responds. It's right in the middle of the dialogue is where I left off. Rainbow Dash responds.
Yep, sounds lamer than it did before.
She thinks for a moment.
Do you have that one song, the one where you brought out your, guitar?
You know which one she's talking about. Oh, you mean Time of Your Life. Yeah, I have it.
Can you play it?
Sure. Just let me find it. You scroll down a bit, coming to the title. Out of the corner of your eye, you see Dash focusing. Maybe she's trying to decipher the words, to be able to recognize the title of the mysterious song from Earth. You tap the song, keeping your finger on the screen for longer than is necessary so that she can accomplish her supposed goal. She scoots into you, which reminds you to hold the earbud up for her. You feel 2 hooves placed on your hand, pulling it away from you and closer to her. The song begins. As the tune ends, you let your hand hang limp, intending for it to drop onto the bed. Instead, the 2 blue hooves keep it in place next to their master's ear. So, you say, turning to her, what'd you think?
I definitely liked hearing the original.
She grins impishly.
Better than the way you played it.
Ah, you roll your eyes.
But
she continues, snuggling up to you.
It reminds me of our first night.
You think back. Pleasant thoughts come to mind. Yeah. The 2 of you just sit there for a bit, enjoying each other's company. You think about her, how nice she feels when her body's pressed up against yours, and turn to her. Normally it's the other way around. Tonight, however, you decide to take the initiative and lick her neck. The first thing that comes to mind? Fuck, that's grody. You don't let yourself voice the thought, though. But the taste of ash, sand, and sea salt doesn't bode well with you. So, you move your lips to hers instead. As soon as your lips touch, she opens up, practically swallowing your face, and vigorously assaulting your mouth with her tongue. S'mores. Much better. Through the kiss, you can feel hot breaths escaping her nostrils, brushing off your nose and cheeks. You slide a hand behind her neck, pulling her in as much as the room allows. She wraps her hooves around your ribs, pulling herself into you until she melds with your body. You take your free hand and slowly slide it down the curve of her back until it reaches a particular curve and... The loud rapping at the door startles you both. You groan. Every goddamn time. Rainbow stands up, hopping off the bed and trotting towards the door. From the way she steps, you can tell that she's not happy either, and is likely to give the unfortunate soul who's behind the door a piece of her mind. She whips open the door and you smile. It's time to hear some pony get chewed out. Too bad Rainbow's in the way. You would have liked to see their face. Rainbow says something. You can hear a childlike voice answer in reply, but can't really make out who it is. Rainbow moves aside. A little purple-maned orange Pegasus steps through the doorway. Oh, come on. Hey, Scootaloo, you greet, trying to mask your annoyance. What are you doing here? She looks down, as if afraid to admit something.
Rainbow's stories were really scary. And I just didn't feel safe with Fluttershy and Apple Bloom.
You look at Rainbow, who shrugs. She looks empathetic, slightly guilty even. You sigh. Alright, make yourself comfortable. You'll be sleeping in... You point to the other bed. That bed. Her eyes widen.
You mean by myself?
Rainbow wraps a hoof around her.
Of course not, Squirt. You can bunk with me, alright?
What?
You shoot Rainbow another glare, to which she shrugs again.
Sorry,
she seems to say. You groan, stepping off the bed and heading into the bathroom. I'm gonna go take a shower.
I'll take one in the morning,
Rainbow says, an apologetic tone in her voice. You take one last look at her and sigh, before heading into the tiled wonder. The first thing you realize when you step out of the steamy bathroom is that the lights are all off, or, more accurately, the lamps. You blow out the candles in the bathroom and wait for your eyes to adjust to the darkness. The enchantment they put on those candles was a bit too strong, you decide, because it's taking you a while to see anything. Finally, you make out the vague objects in the room. You take a few steps, cautiously avoiding the luggage by the door, then make your way to the space with the beds. You can now see a bit better. That, and the moonlight coming in through the window, help you notice the forms of Rainbow and Scootaloo under the covers. Rainbow has a foreleg draped around Scoots, and the little orange Pegasus looks to be the happiest filly in the world. Smiling now, you slip under the covers of your own bed. You look across the room to the girls, and figure that one night in your own bed is almost worth this. Night, girls. See you tomorrow, you whisper, then let yourself fall into the warm embrace of slumber. Okay, and that is the end of Chapter 7, Part 2, or whatever it was. Simon and, not Simon, why did I say Simon? I meant Ivan and Rainbow Go to the Beach, Part 2. That was the ending. So yeah, that was pretty sweet how he just let them kind of sleep together, and that relationship between Scootaloo and Rainbow Dash is pretty good. The author's note says, "Hooray for sappy endings!" Yeah, I know that. Once again, for my editor, who spent hours working before proofreading this chapter and still managed to do a good job. H.W. Rogers. Way to go, H.W. I promise next chapter will have more beach time, and not completely forced sexual parts. Yeah, I didn't feel it was that forced. It felt kind of in the moment and pretty nice, you know? You're just kind of laying with your girl or boy in your bed, and you know, you have moments like that. So I thought it was kind of sweet. I liked it. I didn't think it was forced at all, but hey, that's up to the writer to decide, I guess. But I didn't think it was that bad. So I think right now I'm going to go on to the next chapter, because it seems pretty shorter than this one, at least. I think it's only like a couple hundred words, so it won't take me that long to read through. And this will be like a two-parter, I guess. So I'll start reading that one. Chapter 8. Whoa. Actually, it's not Chapter 8. It's called Intermission, Scootaloo's Letter. So it's not a chapter. It's just intermission, intermission, intermission. It's an intermission. Yeah, that kind of stuff. So let's read Intermission, Scootaloo's letter. Intermission, Scootaloo's letter.
Dear Mom, it's me, Scootaloo. I know I haven't written in a while, but I just wanted to say Happy Mother's Day. A lot's happened since you left. A lot more than really should go into this letter, but if you want me to sum it up, life's been hard without you. I think Dad took it the hardest. In the first couple of weeks you were gone, he started drinking. A lot. He would come home late at night, always with some bottle and hoof, and saying weird things about seeing you at the bar. It scared me. But Lyra would always be there to help comfort me. And about Lila, I really don't know where she is anymore. She kept getting into fights with Dad, telling him how he needs to be more responsible. How we're all sad that Mom's gone, but you need to buck up and be there for your daughters. Sorry for the language, but that's really what she said. Lila ended up moving out. She told me that she was going to take me with her, to get me out of that awful house. Unfortunately, the government got to me first. They had deemed Dad's behavior unfit for a parent, and so I was moved to a foster home somewhere else in Cloudsdale. Lila tried to adopt me, but apparently she was also unfit to be a parent. Her income was barely enough to support herself, much less adding an 8-year-old filly. I was moved around a bit, from foster care to children's homes and back again, until I ended up in a filly's home in Ponyville. I stayed there for a few months, occasionally wandering around town and going to school. There I met my best friends, Apple Bloom and Sweetie Belle. I also met Rainbow Dash, the fastest flyer in Equestria, and the most awesome pony ever. I soon realized how nice Ponyville was, and stopped trying to run away. Things have been okay ever since. I still miss the way things were when I had you, Dad, and Lila around, but I guess I feel pretty lucky about the way things turned out. Oh, I almost forgot. The strangest thing ever happened. This really weird creature came out of the Everfree Forest. It had walked on 2 legs, and it kept freaking out and running away when any pony got near it. Well, after the guard ponies tackled it and captured it, we found out it could talk. It said its name was Ivan. It kept asking if we could see where Bridal Lake was. Me, Sweetie Belle, and Apple Bloom were shooed out of the library before we could see anything else, but I was able to meet him later. Apple Bloom knows him really well because he used to work at Sweet Apple Acres, or the farm where she lives. She liked him a lot, but I myself didn't really get to know him until after he took Rainbow in, after she lost her job. Something to do with the Wonderbolts, she said, but she never really explained it to me. Ivan probably knows. Maybe I'll ask him. Well, anyways, it turns out he's a really chill guy. I kinda wish I would have known him earlier. He's funny, and not really like all the other adults. He doesn't get mad if I make fun of him or tackle him or anything like that. He gets a bit competitive sometimes, but even though I've never done it, I know that if I ever need advice, I could go to him. Of course, I would go to Rainbow Dash first, but if she couldn't help me, then he would be my next option. I guess I kinda poured my heart out here, but that's what mothers are for, right? To listen to their daughters' problems. I'll make sure to lean this letter against your grave as soon as I get the chance. Once again, Happy Mother's Day. Your daughter, Scoots.
Oh, that was so damn cute, wasn't it, guys? That was so damn cute. The author's note says, "What I did for Mother's Day." That's nice to do that for your mother. Thanks go to my proofreader, H.W. Rogers, again, the H.W. to the Rogers, for proofreading this and not telling me how extremely random it was to get this 2 weeks ago. Wait, don't scroll down? What? Are you now feeling sad, lethargic, or sappy? Please read The Flank War. A 1,000-word short I did that contains lots and lots of buts. Okay. What in the butt? What in the butt? Oh my gosh, that's so... Well, yeah, I read, Chapter 7, the ending, and, the intermission. So next time we'll be reading Chapter 8. Be sure to spread the peace, love, and tolerance, guys, and I will see you later.